E from marketwizards.com and eminingwizard.com about 10:15 on Monday, the 17th of June, 2019, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Now we're going to take a look at the NQ. I like the post that Brian had just made, that there was another third time through, not only at today's high when we busted that at the open, but this higher one. And this is the one that he's referring to. And you can see that anytime you get a 1, 2, 3, that's a third time through trade. And the importance is you consider that a breakout, and then you want to follow up on a subsequent retest, which this would be. Because it tells you, is this a true move that keeps on moving, or is it in fact a head fake and then a little bit more chop? So there are two today to stay aware of in NQ, and since NQ seems to be leading, you want to keep an eye on this as well as RTY. We had suggested 2-way day. So far, IB, we got a push and got a rejection and a coming back in to test some support. Great post, Brian. And that's the importance of teamwork and having a few people that, you know, it's an individual sport. Let's face it, just like golf, nobody else can hit the ball. when you're standing over the ball trying to figure out how hard to swing and what club to use and where do you try to aim the ball. And same thing here, you know, another trader can help you see things that you might have a blind spot and not be able to see yourself. And that's really part of the value of some chat rooms. Feeling that you're not isolated and all by yourself and not up to just your own thoughts. So great posts, and that's an example of, you know, you try to teach a few ideas and somebody who takes that idea and runs with it, and that shows me someone who understands the concepts, because immediately he was able to point that out. Pretty choppy open, pretty much what we expected, that hit and run would be the best way to play. There's a 2-minute chart. Note the size of the bars on Friday. Look how tedious this was. This was your lunch period on Friday. And then in the afternoon, they gun it into the close. So we're still inside Friday afternoon's range. Here's our current angel. So we are testing the angel at 96.5. And I still think we're getting some volume starting to migrate over from previous contract into September's. Still have this 92 support. If that busts, and obviously we talked about 88 as our next support idea. And we had suggested paid by that 29.75, 2900. Just a psychology area, certainly. And in the pipe. So we had said this 29 would be the top of the pipe. Here's our support zone for now. And again, because of the news coming out on Wednesday and potential, obviously, saber rattling, you never know what's going to happen in the news. So learn to protect yourself at all times in this business. Keeping an eye on this chart, we said this will be an important idea going forward. Still inside the box. There's a bigger look, bigger perspective. And our RTH. They basically have played the ORG, open reversal game. Test support, found. Boom, test resistance, back to the middle. I would not overtrade, and I would not think anything sustained move. I think we're going to get some of these little swings. I don't think we're going to get a big move prior to Wednesday. I do think it's possible to continue to migrate upwards and be testing the resistance in this contract. And I do believe in Fed up, that usually the best odds are play for the long side into news. I just think we've come such a long way that I don't want to think crazy that way. I want to think a lot more neutrally. Not bearish, certainly, just more neutrally. And this third time through trade has held its first test back. And testing Friday's demon. Area back here could use some retesting before we're done. We'll see what lunch in the afternoon brings. For now, support has been found at 92s, trying to push and test inside the overnight range. So I'm still going to stick to my guns and say it's pretty neutral and pretty much a range day for now. Two-way day. What else can you think, really? Especially with summertime hours, people taking off for graduations and weddings and, starting summer vacation, their trips, kids getting out of school, people going and seeing the kids in their plays and whatever. Real life affects the market too. So between that and rollover, I think we need to be conservative about our expectations. That's my belief anyways. And obviously our tick chart telling us that there's not a lot of expectation. But there may be a news event that kicks up some volatility, but for now, I'm just going on the assumption that we're into summer mode right now. Probably a good portion will be wait and see for the Fed.